everybody, I am Arthas, King of Cats. I am filling in for Napalm Dawn here on this volume of Dirty Tricks on Games for Gamers. Today I will be showing you my newest Dirty Tricks video called the Mighty Mites. The Mighty Mites is an interesting weapon combination and I'll be showing it to you right now, so stay tuned. Hi everybody, I've decided to replace Arthas after all for the video. So, I wanted to show you guys this triple weapon combination called the Mighty Mites. It has phenomenal PvE usage, so sorry JW, I'm going to be using this in a PvE scenario. However, it is possible to parlay this whole setup over into PvP, possibly. I cannot guarantee the results. And today's background soundtrack is brought to you by the Destiny OST. So for those of you who are Destiny players, do know that the newest expansion, the Taken King I believe it's called, is actually drawing a lot of people back to the game. I only have vanilla Destiny, and I've gone ahead and started playing it again recently. It's not too bad, but Taken King definitely seems to be bringing people back. So I want to show you guys just what I'm doing over here. We'll jump right into a battle and I will show you everything as we go in. As you can see, I have Ugly Witch and Enchantress with me in this magic and demon related daily. Ugly Witch is doing some really interesting things. I call them Scarlet Witch, Stripper Witch, and this is Ugly Witch. I'm not saying Elizabeth Olsen is ugly. She is an Olsen twin, and the Olsen, well, not an Olsen twin, she's related to the Olsen twins. And we, of course, do know that the Olsen twins really look like they could use a fucking sandwich. So, as you can see over here, the Mighty Mite combination, ignore the Roaring Thunder for now, I'll come back to that. It makes use of the Hallowed Flamethrower, the Savage Axe, and the Savage Spear. Now, the Savage Axe was a Spec Ops item. The Savage Spear was Shaina's Covert Ops item. The Hallowed Flamethrower comes from the Hunter set, which we know as the Blade set. It was on sale relatively recently. And we are using the Roaring Thunder, which comes from the Hyperion lockboxes and was also a Spec Ops item. I forget which one, but I think it was the one with the split paths, or Thor was on the one side and everything. But yeah, I never did get Roaring Thunder, but I believe it's from the same Spec Ops that my Crooked Branch is from. I might be correct on that. So, before we get into what these do, you might be going, okay, well, what replacements can I get for this? I don't have what you have. Unfortunately, these three here are the biggest combination. You cannot really do this set correctly if you're missing these items. This is the meat right here. The Roaring Thunder slot can be anything. You can run the Neurotrope, you can run the Girl's Best Friend, anything that somehow boosts your attack, preferably through Strengthened, but I'm using the Roaring Thunder because Strengthened is guaranteed. You could do something like the Damage Amplifier or something like that. So what happens is Might, Savage Strength, which is not, I don't think is actually applying, maybe because of the Soulfire. Well, and the Spear, we have the bonus here from the Spear, which gives you a ton of bonuses to attack. Let's see, Savage Strength, Touch of the Savage Land. So you'll see it here on my agent. I'm at plus 1157 attack, and that is coming from the Strengthened, Might, Savage Strength, and the Touch of the Savage Land. Now, if you notice, three of these buffs, the Might, the Savage, and the Savage, all go by percentage. So, what that means is that the more you jack your attack, the more return you will get from these items, because it works off of a percentage. So, 10% of 10, 10% of 100. Do the math. So you could make a super jacked up attack set and combine these weapons together. Now watch what it will estimate that it will do. Bless you, buddy. So, as you can see there, it just wiped out an entire wave of demons. And it pretty much wiped them all out from number 1 health, you know, untouched health over there. What we're going to do on this turn is I'm going to go ahead and get out a lost page because we're hurt. I want to get rid of that soul fire. Alright, so we don't have a tactical turn there. We are not going to have a tactical turn there. That is the Blade of the Corruptor that is in their hands. That is a sword that does Boonbuster. So I'm going to go ahead and set up over here. We will go ahead and do that. We will do this. And we will get out some debuffs. And we'll get that so there it is. Look at what happened. She somehow absorbed Ugly Witch's passive, and it's on her abilities. Ethereal Strike, guaranteed hit. Nutty. What Ugly Witch is capable of is just straight up nuts. So, her bonuses, she has not given herself any bonuses, unfortunately. So we are going to do a Chaos Shield, which is like putting up the Magic Mirror or Light Fantastic. She was charmed, so she lost her turn. And if we look again, wiped out the entire group. That's the Mighty Might. So essentially you do need those 3 items. And I will show you them out of combat over here. And I'm using the Roaring Thunder because of the guaranteed strengthened as compared to like the Neurotrope where it is random. You could insert lots of things here like the Girl's Best Friend, anything that gives you strengthened and everything. So, we're getting Might over here, and we are getting the Savage Strength over here, and we're getting Touch of the Savage Land over there. These are bordered, they are not removable. Now, if you run that in PvP, I would highly suggest you get a permanent tank in order to set yourself up for the agent to live through a Quick Lord group. Now, that would be somebody like your Groots, your Wondermans, anybody who doesn't have to turn on. However, Quicksilver is going to walk past any tank unless they are capable of staying stealthy. So, Scarlet Witch, here she is in her new set. We'll talk about her more in-depth in the week in Marvel Avengers Alliance. But you'll see, everybody's afraid of something. Avengers attacks gain random attributes each round as long as the Scarlet Witch is present. And this leads to some very, very interesting results. So again, we're going to have a little bit of a danger zone here with a Tactician and a Blaster, but I did not get her Infiltrator suit on this, which, you know, it might honestly be worth it. Quicksilver has a new costume out too. I do not like that Quicksilver at all as compared to the Days of Future Past Quicksilver. When that studio went, oh, wait a minute, you're going to use QS in Age of Ultron? Well, we're going to preemptively snipe that and do the best sequence of the entire fucking movie with our own Quicksilver. And guess what? We get to call him a mutant. You get to call him Shenanigans. Or meta-human, or buffed human, or stupid ugly mustache dude. Yeah, I don't like Owl's Quicksilver at all, and I'm not even that crazy about either one of their sprites in the game. But, so again, predicting that'll be some pretty big numbers, but not straight out kills. So let's just try to straight out kill the Tactician. And we do. Alright, so Stripper Witch is not providing anything particularly crazy over here. So there's the Ethereal Strike, guaranteed hit and the Stealthy. That's pretty much what we would expect from Enchantress. I think I was mistakenly believing she was somehow buggily absorbing some of her bonuses here, but she's not. So let's see what Stripper Witch manages to do, or Ugly Witch. Finest Hour. There she goes again. So that I see her gaining finest hour for her attacks pretty often. So we'll just use the spear on this. Again, really good damage. There's that Sword of the Corruptor, and then there's that Storm Herald counter, which is nice. Very good for electricity teams. It works out very well with the Bug Zapper that was dropping. The one that I got 3 of, and I actually slotted one into my armory. Never slot an item if you only have 2 or less. If you have 3 or more, go ahead. So we will just blow these guys away. And he does his last rites because there wasn't a fatal blow on that. So we're trying to see what we can get Ugly Witch to give us over here. So this is the energy and fire resistant demon. And we're going to take Soulfire. We took Soulfire. So let's get a lost page up, get rid of that Soulfire, get some health back over here. So we're going to do that. We'll do that. And do this. Even though he's going to gain close quarters combat, we should be able to put him down pretty easy. There's that Storm Herald follow-up, which unfortunately heals him. So, on the attacks, we now have exploit opportunity. So as you can see, she doesn't keep what she had. She replaces it. However, it applies it to like her Chaos Shield. Well, I've seen it apply to that, but as you can see, it applies it to everything. I've even seen it apply exploit opportunity to Chaos Shield, which is kind of hysterical. I could also call her Goth Witch. I just don't like Ugly Witch. Didn't like her in the movie. Not that crazy about the sprite. And these assholes are going to Soulfire again. So let's just put these guys away. The hallowed flamethrower. Just bash on this guy a little bit. And let's Emerald Wave. Ah, we can't Emerald Wave for the win. Boo. Alright, so let's just go ahead and Arcane Blast him. So, finest hour, sticking again. See, look, Chaos Shield, finest hour. Like, what is that shield gonna gain from finest hour? It has some hysterical results, but it also has some powerful results, like applying Brutal Strike, her attacks. So, unfortunately, if you mouse over the recharge for the characters, it does not show you a locked version of what is to come, which is a bit unfortunate, so you can't see it. But if you think about it, it actually gives Playdom some time to code that in there if they're not quite done yet. But I can imagine there are some enterprising people that are jacking their people up, or maybe even spending gold for Quick Train. Right, so let's mind control that. Let's Alluring Voice this. Let's Chaos Shot that, and we'll Chaos Shot it again. So he cowers, beautiful. She gains Ethereal Strike. So she now has Ethereal Strike on her abilities for this round. That's pretty cool. Speaking of Ethereal Strike, my Molly did something hysterical today. Unfortunately, it didn't wind up working out. So I faced a Quick Lord team on defense while I was offending with Hafe and Molly. And they beat up my team pretty bad. They managed to knock out Hafe and my agent. However, when it was Molly's turn and she went to do her taunt, she chewed a marshmallow ghost. phenomenally well timed. Like, oh my god, Molly has been so clutch over the last 4 or 5 days. She's been phenomenally doing everything right. So I'm like, oh my god, yes, I'm phased. Haha, fuck you, there's nothing you could do. You know what happened? Let's see if you could put this together. If you're phased, you can't tank. What do you think happened? Being phased meant that my taunt never counted. Not that it mattered. I was the only one on the field. The problem is that it screwed up her natural progression from taunt to tantrum. So she stayed in taunt mode. So in one round it was taunt, and the next round it was taunt, and the next round it was taunt. I'm like, oh god. Oh no, come on, let's... So she just happened to be... She beat up on Star-Lord because some mandible was left on him, and she was getting extra attacks because of the pheromones. Quicksilver, I managed to take him out. So it was like me and the agent, and then the phased ran out. And unfortunately, just because one or two things had gotten in on her early, and the turn order, so close. She almost soloed the entire team just because of chewing the marshmallow ghost, and unfortunately it didn't work out. I mean, it was epic. Utterly epic. If she had won that, unfortunately I was at work team viewing in my computer, so it's not like I could really record it with voice and be like, watch this, she's gonna do it. It could have potentially been the most amazing PvP ever to watch Molly solo a Quick Lord group. But unfortunately she came like that close. So here will be the last battle of the video. And as you can see what the Mighty Might team up does. And again, I do apologize if it's using some very esoteric gear over here. But I mean, the Roaring Thunder slot, there are a few things you could do for that. It's just the other gear that really makes the group, and it's not possible any other way, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to try to one-shot this guy. I'm just going to pop him once for the combat reflexes. And I'm just going to mind control him, so maybe he'll lose his turn. And I'm going to chew some cookies to get some stamina back from my agent. And we're going to see Stripper Witch gains Ethereal Strike, I guess, or maybe that's because it's magic. Alright, doesn't look like she gained anything, so we'll just do the Chaos Shield. Hopefully he'll be stunned. Alright, he burns himself to death. So we're set up good for this round. We have the Chaos Shield on. We have Amora with her combat reflexes. So if we look... Alright, we have Hell Hath No Fury up, so we have to make absolutely sure that she dies. So this is risky. Yeah, good. One shot. So we're going to charm. We're going to set up for the counter. She'll be stealthy, so hopefully Blackheart won't switch modes from this. Get him nice and debuffed. By the way, that Incasia demon over there is the one that likes fire and energy, so you will heal him if you pop him with that. So, he goes Scrapper mode on my Enchantress, but as you can see, he's paying for it with the bleed outs, and now the counters and the sympathy. So now he's going to go for Scarlet Witch, but winds up hitting the demon. And we don't take a Soulfire, so there's that Finest Hour again. So we're going to gain Finest Hour from the probability field, except that doesn't mean anything because it's not like it does damage. I wonder, though, if you are on the team or if you are another OW member, if you gain your own random set of buffs, or if you follow exactly what Ugly Witch has. So, like, if Ugly Witch gains Finest Hour, do you gain Finest Hour? This, D's and Do's, 2 magic missile charges, so we'll do 1, and Hadouken. Ho ho! Ho! Yee! Whoa! 50k to Blackheart. We're gonna have to give Enchantress props for that. Jesus Christ. Alright, so there is the Mighty Might gear. Again, kind of old gear. Ooh, Frozen Hell, that's interesting. I wouldn't mind if that was the powerful call. Ah, that would be really nice to have. I did get a Glass Tan from one of these. Glass Tan gives all allies Ethereal. Pretty nice. It takes a while to kick in, but essentially has a 60% chance to phase your team. The Custom Possessed Pistol. Absolute massive blaster of a pistol. You do want to get one of these if you can. If Bane is up on somebody, Custom Possessed Pistol is destructive as hell. Also, because it's magic, you'll heal yourself if you're running that ISO or the Crooked Branch. And there's the Huldren's Powerful Call, which you can farm. It's a quick action, it's a debuff, it kind of reduces the damage on the other side. And there's the Custom Doombringer, which is a quick action with the newest tactical suit. So there you go. Stay tuned, guys, for the week of Marvel Avengers Alliance, where I will be dipping more into Ugly Witch and Ricardo, the retarded Quicksilver, with Mustacho. My name is Ricardo. I'm Quicksilver. And, yeah, we'll be doing those guys in a different video. Hope you guys enjoyed Dirty Tricks, the Mighty Might gear. Take care, everybody.